Hey, y'all look for a second video from me this week on Thursday. That's right, look for me on Thursday. I need to know your opinion on some stuff. Hey y'all, Bear here. Look here, it's Tuesday, it's time for some camp cooking. And this week I thought we would take a look back at a piece of gear I bought just over a year ago. That's right at the beginning of the great TP Armageddon. You know, when we couldn't find toilet paper. I bought this cast iron skillet. This 12-inch number 12 Lodge, and I did a video showing you when I bought it. I'll try to do one of those end card thingies, and I'll put a link in the description below. I also filmed a CCT video with it, and I'll put a link to that if you want to see it. One of the first things I tested, I tell you what, these Lodge skillets, man, there's a lot of controversy. And there's some real skillet purists out there who, and to a degree I'm sure they're right, like there's a certain level you can get to where you can get some really nice vintage stuff and they'll say this is garbage and you gotta sand it off and do all this stuff to it to make it usable. But then there's other people that say, nah. So that was my first video. I didn't do anything to it. I just set out to see if you could cook on it, just like it came from the store, short of washing it off because we had no TP and I didn't know what people's hands had touched. So I washed it and then I used it. I even used a little bit of dish soap just to make sure there was no funky manufacturing stuff left on it. But my eggs didn't stick. Well, anyway, today we're going to do a throwback on it. I'm going to go way back early on into my adult camping years, back when my wife and I first got together and I was taking her kids camping and we would make breakfast. And it would be simple. We didn't have a lot of money. It would be pancakes, and I would buy these Bisquick shake and pours. They're nice, they're convenient, these are awesome for camp. I would have some sausage, depending on what funds look like, and a little bit of syrup. Back then I would take instant coffee to camp. So that's what we're gonna cook up, a nice little simple breakfast here, or in my case dinner tonight. And we're gonna do it on the number 12 skillet and see how things go. One thing I'm going to tell you about this skillet is I liked it so much is at Christmas time I said, hey, you know what, there's been a few times that number 12's been a touch big. If Gummy Bear's not sure what to get me, I sure wouldn't mind a size down. And lo and behold, under the Christmas tree I got my second skillet, another Lodge. This one's a 10-inch. I also asked for some of those little pot handle grabbers because there's a learning curve not to grab hold of that sucker when you're used to handles that stay cool. Anyways, let's mix up some pancakes. Now, I made up my own shake and pour kit because I don't need 15 pancakes. It's just me tonight. So I made a little small batch in a bottle, and you can do that. Just get you some just add water pancake mix. All you gotta do is add the appropriate amount of water to mix and shake, shake, shake. Shake your pancakes. That's all you gotta do. Maybe just a touch more water. And you want to go conservative like that. Put a little water in, see what you get. I jammed some sticks under the picnic leg tables to level it up a little bit. So this is either going to be a complete disaster or it's going to help to level out the oil in my pan. Let's see, every good camp meal starts with fire. There she goes. And you know what? That's one of the awesome things about these skillets. You can use them on your gas camp stove. You can use them over charcoal. You can use them over the fire pit. And they're super easy to clean at camp. And what I'm going to suggest to you is you should probably just get yourself a skillet and cook on it at home a little bit. Get used to how it works. After a year of cooking on this skillet, it's starting to smooth out a lot. It's not perfect. It's still got some rough casts to it, but I'm not sanding my skillet. I don't have time for stuff like that. So let's throw a little oil on the skillet for the pancakes. And you know, a couple little drips of water is a perfect gauge for understanding how hot your skillet is. It'll dance and bubble at different rates according to how hot it is. It just takes a little practice to understand it. I got the Banquet brown and serve today Yeah, we'll go ahead and get those guys going. Here we go. Pancakes on, y'all. And everybody at home is really taking a liking to the pancakes, how they come out in my cast iron skillet. And everybody's getting spoiled to them. I mean, come on, y'all. Look at that. Wee! I like to toss butter on my pancakes when I flip them. Then about the time the butter's done melting in, you're pretty well there. You got a pancake. Oh yeah. Oh, sausages are getting there. I think I got just a little bit of pancake mix left. I'm gonna do one more pancake. Oh man, my coffee water. We gotta get it going. Woo, pancakes ready. That one got a little toasty. Gonna need a little extra syrup. Gotta watch your pancakes in the pan, y'all. I tell you, these silicone handle grabbers, that's a ticket, man. I mean, I can grab hold of this thing and manipulate the pot, no big deal. I'll go ahead and cut my heat off. Just let these guys do just another minute or two. The pan will stay hot. That's one thing I've learned with these. You can start cooking just before you finish, cut it off. It's going to hold heat for a few minutes. Now, if you want a pan where you're going to cook stuff for your family and you're only going to have one pan, I recommend this 12-inch. It's a great size for doing that. I found there was a few things it was a hair big for. That's why I asked for the smaller one. And so if you're just cooking for yourself, the 10-inch will probably get you done. Some mornings I get both of them going. We get pancakes going in one. Oh, there's coffee water. We get pancakes going in one, and I'll get eggs or sausage going in the other, and maybe a pot of grits. And there's a great debate about it, but I use these on my glass top stove. With these new skillets, they've got a nice flat bottom. Some of the old skillets had a ring on there that could damage your glass top stove. You just got to be careful about it because they're heavy. So think about how you place it on your stove. Oh yeah, man, we're eating good tonight. Oh, look at that. Ha ha! You want that at camp? Heck yeah. Now me, when I get done with my skillet, the first thing I do is just grab a paper towel and sop up any excess oil and grease. That way I'm not putting it down my drain. And I throw that in the trash or the fire pit. And we've taken care of 3/4 of the cast iron cleanup. I swear I wish I had YouTube 25, 30 years ago to explain to me how to use this stuff so I could have been camping with it back then. Oh, we need syrup on there. There we go, just generic syrup. Put some on that sausage too. Oh, it's gonna be good. And I know there's people that really know more about this cast iron than I do, and they can tell you about that vintage stuff, and it's all awesome and great, and I'm sure there's a difference. But this works. Don't overcomplicate it. Get yourself a piece of cast iron, play around with it. If you mess it up, you can clean it and re-season it. It's just that simple. I've just been letting mine season by use. It'll create its own seasoning over time. A few months, about 6 months into using this skillet, I did get a couple spots that glazed over kind of funny. And I just put some oil and some coarse salt in there and gave it a good scrub. washed it out, and then heated it to make sure it was completely dry because of all the salt, and then just put a light layer of oil on there and kept wiping it off till I didn't get any more on my towel. But there. It's a great piece of cookware. Alright, so if I don't figure out how to add those little end cards with the first video with this and the opening video, look for it in the description. But let's try it out and see what we've got. I'll first get us some coffee. Ooh, she's hot. There we go. We got sausage and pancake. Heck yeah, that's an awesome camp breakfast. We'll see you on the trail.